Hello and welcome to all coffee lovers out there. I am back with my cold brew recipes. In a previous video clip, I showed you how to make 5 delicious cold brew recipes. This time, we are going to make large cups of 700 ml or 22 to 24 ounces, or in Starbucks cup sizes, it is the venti. In a previous clip, I showed you how to make using 16 ounces or 500 ml. Large cups, definitely satisfying. A lot in this cup. You will never want for more. Now, before we make our drinks, let's talk a little bit about where do you get your cold brew. Cold brew can be bought off the shelf. If you are already buying your cold brew coffee from the shops, then you can use the same cold brew, or it is also very easy to make cold brew coffee yourselves. Making cold brew coffee is relatively easy. First, you find the coffee beans that you like. Buy the coffee beans, and if you don't have a grinder, you may ask the seller to simply grind the coffee for you. Ask for coarse grind. The reason being, we are going to use the infusion method when we cold brew. If you just have the coffee beans and you don't have a grinder, you may also use a regular blender. All you have to do is to make a little at a time, put the coffee beans in your blender and give it a short spin, not too long. What about the brewing proportion? For my recipes, I normally make a concentrated brew. That means I use 1 part coffee to 10 parts of water. So if I'm going to make 1 liter of cold brew, I will need 100 grams of ground coffee. And to cold brew, all you need is to get a jug, a pitcher, a container, put your 1 liter of water in, add your 100 grams of ground coffee, give it a little bit of a stir, and then let it brew overnight, at least 12 hours. After 12 to 24 hours, what you need to do is to strain your coffee grounds, and then you get your cold brew. Very, very easy to make. For those that have already started selling bottled cold brew coffee, here is another idea for you. You may sell cold brew concentrate. All you have to do is to get a lovely bottle, stick your own label, and then fill it up with cold brew concentrate. And it should be ready to sell. This way, your customers will only have to buy them from you, and they can make their coffee drinks whatever they like. Latte, cappuccino, caramel macchiato, using my recipes, of course. Let's get started and make those 5 delicious cold brew recipes. Let's start by making our iced Americano. I have my cold brew here and water. So start with 4 ounces of cold brew. 4 ounces of water, so 1:1. And this time I am going to make it a commercial recipe, so we're going to add a little bit of a sweetener. It's a very, very large cup, so I'm going to add about 1 ounce or 30 ml of sugar syrup. This is entirely optional. What I'm going to do is to mix them all up before we pour them into our cup of ice. Next is iced cold brew latte. 6 ounces of cold brew. We need a lot here. 6 ounces or 180 ml of cold brew. And then we are going to use my milk syrup. Once again, please check out the video tutorial on how to make my homemade milk syrup. You can select whichever sweetness level you prefer. But for this, I am going to use 2.5 ounces of my milk syrup, or 75 ml of milk syrup. That's 60, and we need 15 more. .5 ounces of milk syrup. Once again, we are going to combine them all, give it a good stir, and then we are going to set this aside for later. Ice cold brew mocha. For this, we need our cold brew, we need our chocolate sauce. I'm using a commercial chocolate sauce here, and we need our milk syrup. So once again, it is going to be 6 ounces of cold brew, 6 ounces of cold brew, this time 1.5 ounce of the milk syrup, And because this is mocha, we are going to put our chocolate sauce. I'm going to put 2 pumps, which is 30 ml. 1 pump is 15 ml. So you have 2 pumps of chocolate sauce into our cold brew mocha. Give it a good stir. This time you must make sure everything is well combined. And this is our cold brew mocha. Next, it is iced caramel macchiato. We need our cold brew. I'm going to use a caramel sauce to top up our drink. And of course, we need the caramel syrup and once again, our milk syrup. So 6 ounces of cold brew. Two ounces of milk syrup. $20 ml of caramel syrup, and we are going to use our caramel sauce later to top up our macchiato. So once again, give this a good stir. Finally, for our iced brown sugar latte, once again we need our cold brew, we need our brown sugar, and we need our milk syrup. This is a homemade brown sugar syrup. If you haven't yet seen how to make this brown sugar syrup, please check out the video link above. So once again, 6 ounces of cold brew. Two ounces of milk syrup. Give it a good stir. This time, I am not going to put the brown sugar sauce yet or syrup until we assemble our drink later. So once again, let's put this aside. And we are done with all our 5 cold brew drinks. Now, it is time to give all of them a try. I'm going to start with the first one, which is the ice cold brew mocha. Perfect. I could really taste the coffee, so refreshing. Now, this is 180 ml or 3/4 of a cup of cold brew in there, and just a touch of milk and chocolate. You can imagine the taste of the coffee coming out. Next, it is cold brew brown sugar. I love the taste of this, really, this is my favorite of all because, well, I haven't tried the other 3, but I just love that it has less milk and more coffee, and the taste of the brown sugar is a very good combination. Next, it is caramel macchiato. The taste of the coffee has got a little bit of a burnt taste in it. I love this roast that I use. This is actually the espresso roast. So for those that are looking for a suitable roast for cold brew coffee, try espresso roast. This is amazing. And the regular latte, I love the color. The taste is so smooth. And finally, my commercial ice cold brew Americano. Very refreshing. Start saving money, earn some money, and have your delicious cold brew drinks. In the meantime, may you all be safe and your coffee be strong. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.